Hi everyone, it's Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for joining me for this lovely 25-minute yoga practice, which is designed to calm the mind, release any anxiety that we may have harbored, and get you out of your mind and into your body a little bit. So you won't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat. If you feel more comfortable with blocks and pillows and blankets, then do grab those as well. But whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin by coming into an easy seated position on your mat. I'm going to be cross-legged. You can be in whatever position feels right for your body. Maybe you want to be seated on a pillow or on a blanket. But anything works here, as long as we can sit with a nice tall spine. Feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. We can rest the hands wherever feels more comfortable. I'm going to go palms facing up, hands on the knees. Take a nice big inhale here. And as we exhale, gently close the eyes. And just begin to focus on deepening your breath here. Starting to take deeper inhales and longer exhales. And maybe beginning to notice anywhere in the body that we might feel a little stuck or a little tense. Maybe we take a scan through the entire body, all the way from the toes, up through the legs, past the hips, the back of the body, the front of the body, down the arms, the head and the face. And as we are scanning through, noticing anywhere that we can let go. Maybe we can soften the thighs. Maybe we can drop the shoulders a little further away from the ears. Maybe we can let the arms feel a little bit heavier. Constantly scanning and working to loosen all of the muscles so that we can begin to drop into this moment. So anything that has happened up until this point, whatever has happened in your morning, in your day, whatever has brought you here to this moment on your mat, give yourself the permission to let it go. So that we can be here, in the now. And we can begin to notice how we are really feeling, both physically, mentally and emotionally. And in your own time, take 3 more deep breaths, some of the deepest inhales that you may have taken all day. And after your 3rd exhale, we can gently open up through the eyes. And we can start to link up a little bit of movement with our breath. So we take the hands down by the side of the hips, and as we inhale, we reach the arms all the way up, bring the palms together, and exhale, hands through center. And again, we take a full inhale, reaching all the way up, stretching out the body, and exhaling, hands through center. And then third and final time, gently reaching up, maybe looking towards the sky, and exhale. The hands come down through heart center, bring them onto the knees and start to make some big circles here with the upper body. So as we come around, we're opening up the chest, opening everything forwards. As we come back, we're stretching out through the upper back. Keeping the sit bones stuck to the mat. Feeling this movement working through the spine, through the shoulders and the hips. And if we are quite tight in the body, this might feel a little bit much, and if it does, just take small movements. We don't have to make these movements super big. Nice, and then the next time that we come forwards, we switch directions. We just take a few big circles the other way, maybe starting to make the movement a little bit bigger if our body feels more open. Nice, we'll take one more full breath here, one more big circle with the body, and then come on back into center. From here, we're going to find a nice easy twist. So we're going to bring the right hand onto the left knee, bring the left hand behind the hip, and then twisting from the belly button here, opening everything towards the left hand side. Keep breathing deeply here. Breathing up the length of your spine, twisting as we exhale. Maybe we stay here for a few breaths, or maybe we keep that hand on the knee and we can reach up and over with the back hand. Opening up through the left hand side of your body, all the way from your hip up to the arm. Keeping that left sit bone grounded, take one more big inhale and a full exhale. And then come all the way back up to center. Release out of your twist and float straight across to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, sit tall, and exhaling to twist. Twisting from your center. Every inhale, sitting up tall. Exhaling to twist. Keeping the shoulders soft and the chest open. And then maybe we stay here, or maybe we want to reach that back arm up, maybe take it over into this deeper side stretch. And again, if any of these options just feel too much or don't work for your body, you can leave them out. But stay present with the breath here. Take one more full inhale and exhale. And then come on back through center, drop the hand, return back to center, and then we're going to meet on all fours. So coming onto your hands and your knees into this tabletop position. We want the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we're just going to start by making some tiny circles with the tailbone. So if we imagine that we are drawing little circles with the tailbone, maybe starting these circles really small, and as the body begins to open up, maybe we get a little bit bigger. Just feeling through the body here. We ultimately want to find these movements and these positions that feel good for us rather than what we think might look good or look a certain way. So stay connected to your body and how you're feeling. Let's switch direction, take a few big circles the other way. Maybe starting bigger this time, and the circles get a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. And then eventually come back into center, back to your tabletop. And as we inhale, we drop the belly, look forward, tailbone up. As we exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Inhale into your cow pose, drop the belly, tailbone up. Exhale into cat, chin to chest, round the spine. And continue to move here. Moving with your breath, inhaling forwards, exhaling under. Feeling out this stretch through the spine. Let's take one more full round of breath here. So an inhale and an exhale. And then after your exhale, we'll meet in a child's pose. Bring the toes together, take the knees as wide as the mat, send the bum back and stretch the fingertips forwards. Come down here with the forehead either on top of your hands or on top of a blanket or the mat. And just take a bit of a breather. Allow yourself to reconnect to your breath. Maybe we take that little scan, just as we did at the beginning, all the way up through the body, from the toes, up the body, down the arms. And notice how we're feeling. Notice if there's still anywhere that we're holding on to, any tension or tightness. And try your best to let that go. Take one more full breath here. And then slowly come all the way back up into your tabletop position, back to hands and knees. From here, we're going to take a downward dog. So spread the fingers wide and tuck the toes under. When you're ready, lift the hips high, send them back. And we'll start by finding some movement. So just pedaling out through the feet, bending one knee at a time. And breathing deep. And if we need a break, we just bring the knees back to the floor at any point. But just pedaling the feet here. So we're stretching the hamstrings. We're stretching the back of the body. Staying strong through the arms. And then maybe we come back to stillness. And if having the legs straight is too much today, go ahead and take a nice deep bend through the knees. We're going to hold it here for just a few breaths. Let the neck be soft, so we're holding no tension in the neck or the shoulders. We're gazing back towards the toes, the head is heavy. Deep breaths here, full inhales, releasing exhales, maybe exhaling through the mouth if that feels better. Take one more full breath here. And then after your exhale, we can gently bring the knees back to the floor and meet me in your child's pose. So once again, the knees are wide, we stretch the fingertips forwards, take the forehead down. And breathing deeply here. If this feels good, we might stay here, or maybe we want to walk the hands off towards the right. So keep the hips square, fingertips walking off towards the right so that we get this deeper stretch through the left hand side of the body. And then bring the hands back through center, take it off towards the left this time. Rest the chest down, rest the forehead down. Feel a deeper stretch in the right hand side of the torso. And then bring the hands back through center. And then come all the way back up. Meet me once again in your tabletop. Nice. So from here, we're going to find our thread, the needle. So the left hand is going to stay where it is. As we inhale, we're going to reach the right hand up to the sky, and then exhale, bring the right hand down, thread it in underneath the left, slide it across the floor, try to bring the shoulder and the ear towards the mat. Keep the hips high and over the knees, and take a few breaths here. And if it is just too difficult to get the ear or the shoulder to the mat, we can go ahead and prop ourselves up on some pillows or blankets or just whatever feels right. Let that right arm relax. Breathing into the shoulder. One more breath here. And then press into the left hand, come all the way back into tabletop. We're going to do the same thing other side. So inhale to reach the left hand up. As we exhale, thread it in underneath the right. Slide the arm along the floor. Try to bring the shoulder, the ear towards the mat. And again, finding your breath here. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels right. Relaxing as much as we can into this. The left arm heavy. The left shoulder heavy. Take one more breath. And then press into the right hand, come all the way back up to center, and then walk the hands back towards the knees. Meet me in this kneeling position on your mat. And then we're just going to take a few little neck rolls here. So we can either take little half neck rolls, taking one ear to one shoulder and then across the other side, or we can take the head all the way back into some big circles. And slow this down as much as we need to, so that we can start to feel every little movement, every little click in the neck. Maybe switch directions and take a few the other way. Keep the belly soft, the shoulders relaxed. And then eventually coming back to center, bringing the gaze forwards, and then from here we'll meet on our backs. So go ahead and take yourself nice and slowly, gently down onto your back. When we get there, we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest. Maybe give yourself a little hug, maybe take a little rock from side to side. And just gently massaging out the lower back and the back of the body. And then come back into center. Go ahead and drop the soles of the feet onto the floor, but keep the knees bent up. We're going to cross the left leg over the top of the right, just as we would if we were sitting on a chair in cross-legged. And then we can either keep that right foot on the floor, or we can lift both knees up. So it's yogi's choice. We can either be here or we can be here. Either way, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to let the knees fall towards the right. So let the knees come over towards the right, just as much as they want to come. Maybe we open the left hand out towards the side. Maybe take the gaze towards the left hand. And we breathe into this twist. Every exhale, we're letting go, we're releasing. Maybe if we can, focusing on keeping both shoulder blades grounded. Slow the breath down. Take one more deep breath in and a full exhale. And then gently bring the left arm back. Go ahead and bring those knees back to center. Drop the soles of the feet to the floor. Take the feet as wide as the mat and just take a little windshield wiper through the knees. Just let them fall one side and then the other. Just releasing any tension away from the low back. And then eventually come back to where we started, soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent up. And then this time we're going to cross the right leg over the top of the left. So again, just as we would if we were sitting in cross-legged. And then we can either keep the left foot connected to the floor or go ahead and bring the knees in towards the chest. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, let those knees fall towards the left. They might come all the way down, they might only come a little bit of the way down. Maybe we open the right arm towards the side, maybe the gaze follows. And once again, we just come back to the breath here. So come back to those full inhales and those releasing exhales. And with each exhale, notice if we can open up the body, relax the muscles. Relax into this position just as much as we can. Take one more breath here. And then if we have the right arm out, bring it back to center. Bring those knees back in. Give yourself one more little hug around the knees. Maybe take a rock side to side, or maybe even lift the head and lift the shoulders and hug yourself into a tiny ball. And then release everything onto the floor. And it's up to you. We're only going to be here for another moment or two, so it's up to you whether we want to let the legs come out completely, let the arms fall down by the sides, or maybe we draw the soles of the feet together and let the knees open up. We might bring the hands onto the belly or the chest here. And take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, close the eyes. Using your breath as an anchor here to bring you back. To focus once again on those deep inhalations and releasing exhalations. Dropping back into this moment. Noticing how you're feeling. And noticing if that feels any different than it did at the beginning of this practice. And there's no right or wrong here, so whatever the answer may have been, we're not judging. We're just simply asking ourselves and noticing to see if anything has changed or shifted. becoming the watcher of our thoughts here for just a moment. Noticing what thoughts might be coming into our head, and then simply letting them pass by, not becoming too attached, not overthinking anything. And for your last few breaths, can you completely let go here? Can you let the body grind down into your mat? The body is heavy, the back of the head is heavy. In your own time, take 3 deep breaths. And after your 3rd exhale, we might begin to think about maybe bringing a wiggle through the fingers and through the toes. Maybe if the knees are open, we start to bring the knees back together. And then eventually we might roll ourselves onto one side and then come eventually up and into a comfortable seated position on your mats. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you are feeling good, and I hope you are maybe feeling a little bit calmer or less anxious than you did at the beginning of this practice. So if you like this video, please give it a like. If you would like to see more like this, please subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.